What is going on, guys? Tonight is going to be a great show. Viewer submitted videos. Stick around. All right. What is going on, guys? It's Adam, a.k.a. Marf, and this is Marfoogle News. If you've never been here before, this is a live call-in show. The number is actually scrolling right down there, 224-400-MARF. Otherwise, that is 224-400-6273. It is a live show, so anything can happen. Last night, for instance, we had a power shortage, and half of the people didn't even notice. But again, that was pretty weird considering a big CME hit last night. We cover a ton of stuff here. We cover all of the stories that mainstream kind of just flash by you, and then we go more in depth. But we also cover a lot of weird things. Tonight, we're going to be covering weird things. For the last 3 Fridays, we've done Unidentified Fridays, which basically we allow you guys to submit your videos at marfooglenews.com/playmyvideo. If you have a sighting, or if you have videos, or if you have an experience, you can call in. If you were, say you've had a close-up experience. Of course, over the last 3 weeks, we've even gotten an abduction call. So we never know what we're going to get here on Unidentified Fridays. Now, remember, every single video here is actually viewer submitted, or at least most of them are, and they are going to be on our website. You can go to marfooglenews.com, and it's very easy to navigate. You actually just go to this thumbnail, the thumbnail of the show, and when you see it, it will say, things are looking down, and that's of course where you click, and you'll see every single video, tweet, every single article that we have here is going to be shared with you there, so you have the source, you know where it came from, so you're not in the dark about where we're getting our stuff from. Of course, that is to make sure that you know where these stories are coming from, so you know you're getting proper information. Now, on the right, if you want to support us in any way, there's also any of our affiliates, our Amazon link. It doesn't cost you anything. If you're already using Amazon, make sure to use our link. All you have to do is click on that box, or any of our affiliates such as EMP Shield, Earthing, or again, PayPal, which does not take barely anything out. And then we have, of course, just our disclaimer. Nothing in this show should be considered legal, medical, or financial advice. The views of the callers can differ considerably and do not necessarily reflect the opinions of myself, Dex, or anyone else with the show. You should always do your own research and consult with professionals. The internet is full of fake news, so please take everything with a grain of salt. That out of the way, let's introduce Dex. Dex, what is going on, and how are you tonight?
Hey, Adam, I'm doing well.
Dex
Great show lined up here tonight.
Dex is my co-host, but he's also going to be on the lines. If you press option 4 when you get to 224-400-6273, you will get Dex live. Of course, that is if you can get in, make sure to press that option 4 when you get to our phone tree. There is one more thing. If you're not getting notifications from the algorithm gods, make sure to go to marfooglenews.com and sign up for ours. We actually have push notifications directly to your phone. Just go to marfooglenews.com and click on the red bell. Otherwise, you can actually sign up for our email alerts as well. Those we do not do very often. Those are more right now about once a month. So again, sign up for that. That's our SHTF system. If something was most definitely going to go down, which, as many of you guys know, for 3 years, we have been lucky enough to have great audience members and great military sources here. We would let you know through that system. So remember to sign up for that. Getting right into it, I just wanted to get this right in here. Diary of Army Officer could provide new details about Roswell UFO crash, family claims. It says a diary of Major Jesse Marcel, an intelligence officer, could shed light on the suspected UFO crash in Roswell, New Mexico. It says in July 1947, Marcel was tasked with supervising the wreck of a weird object that crashed in the desert near Roswell Army Airfield. It says the RAAF issued a statement the next day calling it a flying disc. Then it was apparently perceived as a flying saucer, sparking conspiracy theories about the existence of aliens that continue to surround Roswell's story up to the present. Now, some of you have, or a lot of you have probably been to Roswell or been to some of the museums or been to the border of Area 51. Of course, there was a raid Area 51 I think that was that wasn't this year. That was last year, because this year we were all stuck inside. But last year they were saying that they were all going to charge in. It created memes. It was nuts. But of course, since then, we have not had much of a huge disclosure up until this year. All of a sudden, this year and last year, all this stuff came out, including videos confirmed by the DOD and confirmed by the government that they were real. The tic-tac shape flying object that basically defied physics was then confirmed. And a lot of people said, whoa, what is this? And they said, well, we don't know. And we're confirming we don't know. This is a UFO. And people go, UFO? That's an alien. What it is it's an unidentified flying object. It could be Russian, it could be Chinese, we don't know. But again, they said it was defying physics. So in that way, that was something. A lot of people say that, one, that's either a kind of soft kind of disclosure, or that it's a fake disclosure to distract people or to get people ready for a false alien invasion. There's all sorts of theories. Of course, you are welcome to yours. Remember, right now, more than anything, on YouTube, make sure to comment after the video. That means a whole lot to us right now, more than anything else. Again, rather than, if you would rather comment than super chat, that would be appreciated. Thank you. We really need to reach more people, and again, it's really cramped down on us right now because of the current situation with what's going on in the government. Which, speaking of, people say that it's the last straw for President T-Man. I would say just, if you are on either side, don't listen to anything, because honestly, it is been completely wrong this entire time. The headlines themselves are incredibly misleading. So just make sure you are following us on all platforms. Now, the RAAF retreated from its previous statement a day later, saying it was a weather balloon they discovered and not a flying saucer. Newspapers also featured Marcel standing next to what appeared to be debris from a crashed weather balloon. It says, on the date July 7th, 1947, Army Air Force Major Jesse Marcel and rancher Mac Brenzel spent a couple of hours collecting debris from a crashed balloon on Brazel's Ranch near Roswell, New Mexico. This later became famous when a newspaper reported that RAAF captures flying saucer. It says the Roswell story has drawn attention recently as Marcel's family said his diary from that period could contain new details regarding the crash, prompting an investigation by the History Channel. According to his family, the notes Marcel took are encrypted. They claimed that their grandfather was ordered by the government to deny what he really saw. It says he was made to be the fall guy. One of his grandchildren told the Daily Mail newspaper. He was the head of the intelligence in Roswell, New Mexico, and followed his orders. As a lot of folks back then, if they were in the military, if you had a grandfather or even parents that were in the military, I really do feel like there was less whistleblowers back then. People really did have pride in their classification orders. Nowadays you hear about it everywhere. In every department, there's somebody who leaks information or leaks this. Back then, there was a lot of just sturdy moral grounds kind of people that, like my grandma and my grandpa. My grandma worked on the stealth bomber before anybody knew about it. My grandpa did as well. My grandma started out as a riveter, then ended up being an engineer. My grandpa worked on some of that stuff as well. He was as well as an engineer. So they worked on all this stuff. My grandpa would not talk about the stealth bomber, the B-2 stealth bomber, even after it was like 6 or 7 years after it was declassified. He still wouldn't talk about it. We're like, Grandpa, we know about it. Here's a picture of it. It's totally fine to talk about. He wouldn't talk about it. That was old school too. That was he was in WW2. It was part of his he wouldn't even talk to his wife about it. She wouldn't talk to him, even though they were compartmentalized in the same project. So they wouldn't talk to each other about it until both of them died. So they took both of their secrets to the grave. That's how I feel like people used to be. I don't feel that there's a lot of those old school morals around. And you can disagree with me. That's completely fine. In fact, if you do disagree, make sure to put a comment on the video down below. What do you guys think about this? If this diary did come out with something, would you think it's more kind of fake disclosure? Would you think that this could be the key to what it is? Why would he encrypt it? Again, did he encrypt it with handwriting? Did he do like a ABC kind of, sort of code? It's kind of weird. It says, the lead investigator on the project, ex-CIA operative Ben Smith, also referred to the mystery of the story, pointing out that, quote, no other government in the world would say that they've found a saucer and the next day announce it was a false alarm. He hinted that Marcel's mental state could have changed after discovering the alleged saucer and said that the analysis of his personal diary could decrypt what he wrote in it. It says there are breaks in the journal that are not clear, but it could be a secret code. So pretty trippy. Again, that was something. And it says Time reported in 1997 that Marcel once told an interviewer he believed that the wreck he inspected was extraterrestrial. So right there you see what he kind of thought about it. What do you guys think? What do you think about Roswell? Do you think that that is, if there was real aliens, that that wasn't even a part of it, that that was some sort of cover-up? What do you guys think? I'd love to hear your opinions. Speaking of everybody here, thank you guys all for being here. Leap of Faith, thank you. Callie Today. Shoal, number 2, thanks for being here. Tonster Tube, see lots of new names. Debadoo says, I am old school, LOL. Can't wait to see Greenland. Mary Davison, it should be coming out for normal people on HBO Demand or something like that. Again, I thought it was very weird that they kept pushing that back so far when all of the other videos and all of the other movies that actual production company made, even ones that they spent more on, they released and lost money on, but they just wouldn't technically lose money on that one. But I think they ended up losing money anyways. So I don't know why they pushed it back so far. They released it in Belgium. That's how a lot of people, not me or anything, may have seen it. So you guys know that movie. Somebody said it was okay, Stewie. I thought it was what it was. It was an end of the world type of movie. I think it did a great job. But one thing that freaked me out about that is the presidential alert and how they used it. They used it to select people and only select people to grab them. In 2018, October 3rd, they did a presidential alert that was supposed to go to all of our phones. And as you remember, it was really weird. My wife got one, but I didn't. Several people said that all their family members did, but they didn't. Certain people did. And it wasn't a carrier thing because people, we were both on T-Mobile. Why didn't I get one? Why did she? They're equivalent of a very targeted Amber Alert. It's always been used as a backup doomsday alert. And they tested that right in the same zone as the explosion of the Russian lab, not the Russian lab, the submarine planetary catastrophe. That was freaky. If you don't know what I'm talking about, ask somebody in chat. We've got all of the stuff archived in our older shows. Let's see here. We've got Lost Boy Draco, iPhones only. Oh, yes, probably talking about the notifications. Or no, we don't have iPhones. iOS is coming later. I'm in a dark place, says Javier Aponte. Javier, turn the light on. Usually that helps. New school beats old school. Call Tony. Let's see. Karen from Columbus. Gigi loves Jesus. We've got American Patriot Party. We've got Angel Webster, Happy Richard, Debbie White. Thank you guys for all coming tonight. All right, getting into the next one, we have SpaceX calls off Sirius XM satellite launch at last minute. Minute, idiot. Minute. I actually watched that live, and I did a video earlier because I truly did see 3 different chats light up with people talking about something in the sky. Now, Dex, did we end up getting any videos? I don't know if you saw any videos of somebody screen capturing what was, the feed, because the feed, I don't know if you were watching earlier. I don't think you were you?
Yeah, I didn't see it, and I didn't see any videos. I do have the SpaceX video, which you have to sort of jump all the way ahead to just like 39 seconds is when you start to hear them say like halt, 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 like something was going on.
And it was so weird because it was counting down. Leah, one of my favorite Foogles out there, tweeted me. I we covered it like a couple days ago that it was going to happen, but I wasn't keeping track of it. And then she tweeted and it said 7 minutes to go. So I was like, oh, I can go pop over there. Perfect timing. I popped over, and at about 5 minutes, I tweet it. And then I watch, and I'm sitting there, and I'm like, oh, gosh, this is the longest 5 minutes ever. And then at the 30-second mark exactly, you hear a voice, mission control, going, hold, hold, hold. And it was a very, like, anxious, hold, hold, hold. And then all of a sudden, it went, and it zoomed out on the major feed, the main NASA feed, I believe. It zoomed out. And then you had down below, if you're watching on YouTube, you had the mission control line. There's a channel that was all black with just the audio from mission control. So I clicked on that. That was completely silent. They just like cut everything off. Then they zoomed out. Then they just didn't say anything. Then they went to a SpaceX, like, screensaver type thing. And then all of the other channels, CNET, all these channels were doing the same. There was one, which I believe that was actually still kind of commentating, and they're like, yeah, we don't know what's happening, no word, blah, blah, blah. And then I watched as the words came in, it said, we're going to do a 48 recycle. Now, most people are like, who cares? But the weird part is 3 different chats lit up with, did you see that in the sky beforehand? Now, if I only saw it in one, I would think, oh, that's trolling. But I saw it in 3 different chats by different people saying, did you see what flew above? So I thought that was very weird. And again, I didn't see anything. I think that it was probably, a gas problem or some sort of fuel issue. But if you did see something, let me know, because it was very odd. It was 30 seconds away, and then they put it off 48 hours.
Was that launch at Cape Canaveral? Do you know?
Yes, it was. And
yeah, we had to see if Giant has it, because didn't he cover those launches?
Yeah, I wonder. And he has the crazy zoom camera.
Yeah,
that's a perfect. We should totally get Giant Tyrant to look at. I'm sure he was recording it because he records every launch.
Yeah, I'll see if I can find him.
Somebody says it's blurry, Marf. Yeah, that's a thing. And also, they'll cut things. The actual official NASA feed from space or ISS, whether you believe it or not, they cut at weird times. You'll see something. Just yesterday, I just happened to like scroll through it after watching a video about SpaceX launches and stuff. And then I scrolled through, and it was a live feed of the ISS. And right when I saw this little dot like fly by, it switched over to this weird little satellite thing. It just switched the second that something flew into the frame. And I was thinking, it looked like a star, but the second it happened, it was like, boom, gone and turned off. So if you do watch those things, if you're one of the people that makes YouTube videos about that, I would definitely check yesterday because it was kind of odd. Lewis Price, thank you for praying for Nana. It says Claire 2G. Borna Hawkeye, what's going on? Hey, it's been a while. Net 10, we've got Matt Francis. We've got Cheryl Lynn. Cheryl from Daytona. Thanks, guys, for all being here. This is Our Life with 3 Kids. Thank you for the massive support of tonight's show over on YouTube. It says, thank you, Adam, for the shout out to my son, Tonster Tube. You totally made his day. Many blessings to the Foogle fam. Tunster Tube. That's such a funny name. That's cool. I knew it was new. That's what's funny. There's 3,000 to 15,000 people in the chat, and I pretty much know all the new names. And it's getting harder now that there's so many people here, but I knew that was new. Oh Wise Owl, great job as always, Marf and Dex. Thank you, Oh Wise Owl. I appreciate that. And then Debadoo says, way to go. Thank you, Debadoo, and thanks for being old school. Alaskan Faith, thank you for the super chat as well. Again, thank you for, you can always write something like that if you do, I think they cut it off at 2. Kathy Studi, thank you so much for subscribing. Guy265, Timmy Moore, welcome. Remember to welcome all these people. Carrie Benyon, or Benyon, I think it's Carrie Benyon. Brian K, and then Mike Bobov. I think that's how you say it. Mike Bobv, Bobve. Thank you and welcome to the fam. All right. As far as this goes, it was weird, and I don't know. I just had a weird feeling about it. But if you guys have anything else, let me know. This is, of course,
ignition, liftoff.
Jeez, that's horrible music there. Okay, I'm going to play this with not that music. Okay, so this is... Let's see here. See, then they reset it to 15. It was at 30 seconds, and then all of a sudden, it was at 15 again. So I don't know if you guys see that, but look. It went from 30 seconds, and then it zoomed out. See? Look right here. Okay, so let's see here. 51. Okay, let's play the sound last second. Listen to this.
Hold on the primary countdown. Launch board starting.
Hold on the primary countdown. I don't know, because most of this is supposed to happen, right? They're supposed to, the hydrogen or whatever, it looks like. Is that something that's supposed to happen right there? I don't know. I think that's supposed to happen. There's like a quad stage rocket. I watched this whole video about it and I retained none of it. But either way, it was canceled, and I just felt like it was kind of weird. Well, maybe they're being super over careful, since just the other day they created their own firecracker that lands or doesn't land, I guess. SpaceX's next Starship prototype is leaning awkwardly inside its hangar. Leaning. Apparently, it's happy to see you there. It says, building a spacecraft that can go to Mars isn't simple, but Elon Musk's SpaceX has been making progress. This week, it conducted a successful test flight with a fiery ending of its Starship SN8 prototype. The next Starship in line, however, seems to be leaning at an awkward angle inside of its hangar. It says Starship SN9 is being prepared for testing at SpaceX's Boca Chica, Texas development facility. The entire vehicle appears to be tipped on to the side as if the nose cone is touching the wall. I guess they stack it like a broom. Maybe the janitor put it there. I don't know. It says this may or may not be the cause for concern. There's no word yet why the prototype is leaning. Well, it's the Leaning Tower of Speza? Where's Ilea when you need a bad dad joke? All right. Either way, let's move on. Weird. I just wonder what's going on with SpaceX and why everything. Maybe he's too stressed out about living in Silicon Valley and moving to Texas. Don't know. SN9 got a little tipsy, so here's an actual photo. Look at that. That just doesn't look right. Dex, you think that that's on purpose? It just I
don't know why they would. I don't know why they would actually lean that up against the wall, right?
That almost makes you think that this thing's fake. Like it's like a couple pounds. Like, wouldn't that, if that tipped over, wouldn't that just totally screw up the wall? Or I don't know, man. There's just something weird about that. Why would you store it like that? Seems kind of weird. I don't know. Maybe this building is incredibly strong, though. Who knows? Either way, if you want to protect yourself, I highly, highly recommend, if you guys have not already, to check out an EMP shield. Again, with everything happening right now, including we are currently still feeling the effects on here on Earth about the CME that just followed a solar flare. You can actually protect your devices and protect your home and protect your generator with an EMP shield. This is the same company that is not only mentioned by the DHS EMP resilience report, but not only DHS, DOD, and now the Demso team officially has EMP Shield helping them protect their grid. It protects against all 3 phases of an EMP, so of course the man-made kind, and then of course it also prepares you against a solar flare up to 228,000 amps. It also protects you against lightning, which means if you've ever known anybody that has had their house struck by lightning, it can be a very costly deductible if you have house insurance, which, can be $1,500 itself. So you can save money in the end, or even save a life if we ever have one of these. It's better to be prepared than not be, especially right now with more threats than ever. It's 100% American made. It's a veteran-owned business. They're bringing in tons of jobs since they got a huge contract with the government, and they are still selling to civilians for the time being. So make sure to get over there, marfooglenews.com/EMP. Make sure to use our code. Again, if you use that link, it will all be done for you, but you will actually save $50 off per device, and that is in combination with whatever sales they usually run. So remember, use that one. If you don't, though, I would say go around us, go somewhere else, get one. It's gonna end up being something that you totally and utterly do not regret if that happens. Or if you have a van, I know we've got a bunch of van life people here. You can get one for your car and actually install it yourself. All right, and then we have a video here by Daniel Park. Now, Dex, this was a submission, correct? I believe this is a submission. So,
yes, these are all submissions.
Okay, I didn't know if we put in the... Okay, so we didn't add the other one. Okay, that's fine. All right, Daniel Park is the submitter on this one. And it says, Kirkcaldy, Scotland, facing southwest. And obviously you can see what this is all about. It looks like there are trails everywhere. So even in Scotland, they're looking and watching and paying attention to all of this. Now, of course, those are lines that were made by a plane. If I can get this proper.
And Adam, if you look, this one specifically, there's a little tiny white dot that's moving really fast, a fast-moving object from left to right, the bottom left corner to the top right.
Okay, now I got to full screen it. Let's see here.
And I believe he slows the video down, so you'll see it at like 10% speed.
Whoa, okay. Oh, that is a good catch. Daniel, great freaking video. So if you guys did not see that, it's right here. It goes upwards at about I don't know if that's a 45-degree angle. Look at this. And that is slowed down at 10% speed. That is no satellite. Maybe at that speed, but that's at 10%. Watch it without. Look at this. That is incredible. That does not move like a plane. That does not move like a drone. That is a good catch, Daniel. Seriously. If you did not look at your video very carefully, it would be very easy to miss that. This was on Tuesday, the 14th, 2020. If you want to subscribe, the link and the video for your inspection will be there. That's, again, in Scotland. So, okay, let's...
and Adam, did you see the jet? I know there wasn't a jet in that video, but there was one that flew into D-Live.
No flipping way. By the way, Occam's Razor, thank you so much for your massive support. I just saw that. Ninja Genie. Good evening, Foogle fam from New York City, says Kehaja Fly Girl. Gone Girl, thank you so much. Supporting Marfoogle News to meet goals and grow. Thank you. I appreciate that. And then it was a new name. I believe if Johnson wasn't number 16, you will be. Otherwise, you are number 17 that have ever done that on the platform. Den Dave 81 just did a ninjet over on DLive, says, good morning, Marf and Dex. Following the show for 3 years now, still loving it. Keep up the good work from Belgium with love. Is that not awesome? We have people from Scotland, from Belgium, from Australia, from Canada, all over the world watching this little show. So thank you. And it is humbling to have people from all over the world watch, because honestly, just from looking out, my American or U.S. Opinion might be stupid to other people in the world. I guess that says that, that other people in the world don't see me as some stupid American. So I do appreciate it. And I wonder, I try to make sure to follow all the world news to not be, dumb as far as what's going on. So thank you. Norman 303, thank you. Another one that's it just popped out of nowhere. Thank you so much, Norman 303. Much love, Adam and Dex. Well, thank you. And then Mama of 6. Good night, Adam, Dex, Foogle fam. I'm sorry you couldn't stay longer. If that's what the case is. And then Wolflight, Serenity PA. Thank you for gifting out Marfia badges. And then Gem, Smarty Pants, Stewie, Low Profile, Gem, of course, Jumpmaster, I Love Dachshunds. We have, of course, I Love Beagles, and now we have I Love Dachshunds. That's awesome. Little Wrong Way 2020, thank you for being here to get that Marfia badge from Serenity PA. The Truth is Out There, thank you for being on the top leaderboard last night. That was really awesome. And Gone Girl 777, awesome Twitter. I've been watching your Twitter account, just great. If you guys haven't followed Gone Girl on Twitter, make sure to do so. Lots of great videos, actually. Debpool, Jen Lay Awake, Brad W. Thank you guys. Appreciate all of that. Spooky Alien says, X-Files quote, "They have been here a long time, Agent Mulder." And that's exactly what the Israel ex-commander is saying, too. Hello, Foogle fam. Special shout out to my very hot Queen Brat. ML, love you and miss you, baby. They are probably releasing Greenland after we get struck by an asteroid. Don't be scared, be prepared. That was Queeth. I'm so sorry. Now, by the way, I didn't say the other one. I said Queeth. Keith and Queen Brad. I just mixed them both. Oh, I know that's going to end up on a bloopers reel there. Keith and Queen Brat. Thank you so much. It is a live show. Amber B. Oh, man, now I'm all screwed up. Amber B. Subaru WRX. Thank you for your support. Thank you for being here for, I want to say 3 years now. Thank you. And sorry, that was horrible. All right, so let's see here. Also, a couple other honorable mentions. There's some great videos about your phone listening to you. We might actually do a live experiment with that, so stick around for that in the next week. And is this next video, Dex? It says Spacebar. It says extra stream this week to say thank you guys for 10,000. Is this supposed to be here, or was this on autoplay? I don't think that this was supposed to be.
That's probably on autoplay. Maybe go back.
Okay, let me see. Okay, I'm glad that it was still there. Okay, so this is Brooklyn, and it looks like there's a weird blue and purple light in the sky.
Yeah, and there'll be another one too when they move the camera. Keep the audio off because they're very excited, not safe for work language. But yeah, you'll see that one there, and I believe if he moves the camera, you'll see another one, another orbing, flashing light.
So check that out. And it's not like, a spotlight. A spotlight would be white. It does look like there's something beaming into the sky, though. Oh, weird. Look at that. I don't know if that's just I don't know if that's the screen. Let me make sure that I'm on the highest quality here. Let's see here. I don't know. I don't think I am. Okay, let me.
Now, I sort of thought those lines across the sky were the leave behinds from planes, but maybe with a little bit of light exposing them. But that weird part is that orb, or that pulsating colored light in the middle that's in two different locations, right?
Well, and New York City just last year or the year before, I can't remember when we covered it, but remember the power substation that just went crazy and caused the whole sky.
That was huge too.
It looked apocalyptic.
It did, like a big beam shooting up to the sky almost.
Yes, it was nuts, all blue. But in this case, you almost saw some little flashes here. This is a purple light. Some would say, I bet there are people saying this is a portal, but you can see it pulsating. I mean, I've seen spotlights move. Look at that, another one, and that one's blue. That is weird. Says, what the F is this? That is definitely a good catch here. And then goes back. And then that one's there too. And you can tell it's not a light flare because these are the light flares. And then it fades. I wonder, okay, so do we know when this one was taken? Because, oh my gosh, look at that. So by the way, that little dot is most likely from the reflection of the camera. But you did see it like pulsating. So this was December 6th. So 5 days ago, 2020. Currently has 3 views. So it's great that we get this. This is Brooklyn, Foogle fan member. Thank you for sending this in, Brooklyn. And make sure to go check them out. They're Foogle fan members. Of course, you can get to this on marfooglenews.com. All of these videos are going to be available there. Of course, make sure to check that out. And then, let's see here. All right, so is the Christmas parade, this is the video, I believe. Is this not? Leesburg, Florida Christmas parade.
No, Adam, I doubt it.
Huh. So I wonder, again, there is no autoplay behind this, but interesting video. All right, let's go to the next one. Okay, so check this one out. Let me see if we can get this one. One thing I have noticed too is that when you guys submit these, make sure not to add any just random music. You can, if you want to add that for your own video, totally encourage that if you're a smaller channel, but for us, we will get hit for it. So let me, I do want to see if we can.
You're going to be on Facebook and by tonight. Merry Christmas.
I love it. People are saying Merry Christmas.
Y'all gonna say I'm crazy. Y'all just see it. Y'all see it moving, right? Look, it's moving. Y'all gonna tell me I'm crazy.
Pink ribbon car.
No, that's Beverly Shores.
It's moving. Watch the branches.
That's Leesburg. Yeah.
Beverly Shores.
Yeah,
Right.
Beverly Shores.
Can you guys hear now? Yo.
Look.
Yo.
Y'all gonna tell me I'm crazy. That shit moving. Why is it moving like
Hey,
that?
where's my candy?
Somebody gonna tell me it's the moon.
Oh,
Why is
man.
it moving like that?
Oh, you ain't right, man.
Hey,
That shit
Merry
gonna tell me it's a
Christmas.
plane. Why that shit moving like that?
Woo, them stinking things got to go.
Look, it's fucking moving.
Come on, baby. You can come up closer. Can you see the parade, baby boy? Come on, you come up closer to that. You sure?
Man, I'm just standing in one spot.
Let these babies get up here and watch.
So one thing that I would say with this video, I would highly recommend you, because I can see it. I don't know if it's transferring over when you guys are watching it through me playing it through, and especially over on D Live. I don't know if it goes through on 720, but you guys need to check out this video. Oh, there we go. Let's see.
Move it, look. Wait a shit. Dang. Dang.
Yeah, so I can see, I have the 4K screen, and I can actually see it. There's two objects, and then they start moving together. Again, you definitely want to watch this video. This is the AAA team sent in. This was taken or at least uploaded on December 3rd, 2020. Let's go to the, hold on here, just to make sure we go to the 145 mark exactly where they say is the best part. Let's see here. Perfect timing. Should be right here.
Yo, chat. Somebody needs to be educated on the art of talking.
They both moving, look. Wait a shit. Hold up. Dang. Dang.
You figured they'd have that baby tied down.
Look.
Talking about it. Thank you, man. Thank you.
Look at that. That is weird. Okay, so that is pretty crazy here. Let's see here. Let's close this out, and then definitely a lot of stuff going on there. We're going to look at this video here in just a second. Let's get our next caller on. Again, the number is 224-400-MARF. Let's see here. We've got a lot of videos to get through. Lots of viewer submission. It's picked up every week, and it's awesome. Again, if you want to submit your own video, if you have a video, even if it's older, say, it's a video you caught and, you've been showing people for 2 years. If it's good, send it to us at marfooglenews.com/playmyvideo. Of course, it's preferred if you catch something right now, right outside your house right now, send it to us. Again, that's marfooglenews.com/playmyvideo. Gone Girl, thank you, and thank you. Thank you for being a big supporter of our channel. Thank you for being awesome as well, though. You know that you're going to be called out whether you support or not. Thank you mostly, though, for sharing my tweets out. I always see you sharing everything that we do, so thank you. That means a lot. For all of you tweeter people, my tweeters, my tweeter foogles, thank you guys. MRSA1, thank you again. Been on the leaderboard many times supporting the show, so thank you. Michigan Travis T, I get that. Michigan Travesty, that's awesome. Thank you so much for your support. Kahaja Flygirl, that's Swamp Gas from Jersey. Right, Swamp Gas. I love being able to watch you here in China. It says Rapture Soon 2020. You see what I mean? We've got China, Australia, Belgium, Scotland. We've got people all over the world, which I think is absolutely gorgeous. I'm assuming Rapture Soon 2020 that you have some sort of VPN going. That's, of course, how we've had other friends watch from China. Sma T Pants says, God bless Marf, Dex, and Foogle Fanatics. That's awesome. Jonathan Esparza, welcome back. Batriska, Bexy Boo. Thank you all. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. Rapture Soon says, cool videos, cool show, Adam, Dex, and Foogle fam. Red Storm says, good show. Sid Floyd, thank you for following. Welcome, Sid Floyd, to the fam. And any new followers like Rela PD, make sure to call out Free Dumb, like dumb. Thank you for following and welcome to the fam. Make sure to welcome them as they come in. And if they're trolls, make sure to ask them how their day's going and why they're in such a bad mood. most likely had somebody yell at them, so they're yelling at us. Remember that. Some of the people that have been here for 3 years used to be trolls. All right. Invest now for 50. Invest now for 500,000. Thank you for the support. Thanks for investing in us. Rocky Lemon says, queef. LOL. Crying emoji, crying emoji, crying emoji, crying emoji. Yes, I am crying on the inside. Gina, New York, thank you for your support. Ace of Space, hey, keep up the good work, guys, and check out the Instagram handle called Cloaked Ships. Amazing stuff. Ace of Space, I will. I love finding good channels like that. All right, let's see here. All right, Dex, if you would like to bring in the next caller, it looks like we have Drake, first-time caller, and actually has a video calling from Colorado. And while you're getting Drake on, I'll load up the video. And let's see here. Replace that.
Hey, Mark, this is Drake. Thank you for having me on the show.
Oh, geez. It came in hot. Hey, how are you, Drake? No problem. So what's going on, Drake? And you have a video here I'm about to put on. What is it?
Yeah, so this is a backyard security cam footage that I have. During this footage, you'll see a truck pass by. After the truck passes by, you want to look in the sky. It's a slow-moving object. I'm not sure if it's a meteor or one of our UFOs or maybe something out of this world. I'm not sure. I just wanted to know what your guys' opinion is.
So after the truck, look at this. Weird. It looks like it slows down.
Just look towards the sky.
So it's right here.
Yep.
I don't even know how that. I mean, if it is a meteor, it would have to be going at an angle to where it's going all the way over the horizon. So I'm gonna see.
Yeah,
actually, I'm gonna unfull.
It's really slow.
I'm gonna unfull screen it, and then I'm gonna try to manually zoom in and see if we can get actually even a better shot. That's a great. How did you even know though? Did it give you an alert that something passed by?
Yeah, so my camera automatically detects movement. So I just got lucky. This truck passed by and triggered the camera, and then I saw that meteor or whatever it is. It's pretty interesting.
It's got to be a meteor right here. I'm gonna rewind it. It lights up the clouds. Let's see here. I'll show.
Oh, okay. I can see it now.
I'm gonna start over. Watch. It actually it lights up the clouds. Watch right up here at the top. Wonder if I can. Okay, let's go. Okay, right here. Right here. Watch right here, this cloud lights it up. You can just barely see it light this whole cloud up as it goes through it. And from the view of the camera, it's going that way and far over the horizon. This is exactly what I'm talking about.
It's going northbound.
Go ahead.
Yeah, it's going northbound.
So this is what I'm talking about. People like you all over the world are catching these every day. And we actually have physical proof and stats that show that just over the last 3 or 4 years, this is not only tripled, but it looks like it's quadrupled from 3 or 4 years ago. And this is exactly what we said would happen. And it isn't usual for the news to be covering this every single day. And the news isn't even covering all of them. because people with cameras, the only time they cover it is when somebody gets good footage. People are citing them all the time, and you can actually do any search. It's every 20 minutes on Twitter. Somebody says that something comes in, burns up, flashes, all of this. Think about this. How much do we see? How many times do we see it right next to a city, light up the entire sky, flash like the one over Chicago, I think it was? It might have been New York. I think it was Chicago, lit the whole sky up in midday. It was so bright, it was like it turned on a bright white light. You couldn't see anything but white. Things like that, that's close to a city. Think about all the ones that aren't close to a city. Think about the ones that could be landing in the water that aren't burning up. So it just shows me. I mean, like, you just happen to look at when a truck passed by and you catch one. I don't know. It just seems like there's just so many more.
I agree. It's definitely becoming a common occurrence.
Well, this is a great video. Drake, great. Is there anything else you want to say before you go?
I just thank you for having me on and showing my videos. Just wanted to share this to the world. And you got the raw footage. I didn't upload this anywhere, so all of you are the first to see it.
Well, thank you so much. And again, thank you for sending this in. You could see it light up more clouds right there. That's amazing. Thank you. You heard it here first. You saw it here first. Thanks for giving us the exclusive. Drake, you have a great night. Be safe, be prepared, and Marf out. All right, that was a great video, Dex. Like, that was awesome. Let's see here. So that was Drake from Colorado. Again, that's Colorado where they saw that. Sorrow Sky, or Sorrow Sai, thank you. Mark Terrain, thank you. Stoplight, appreciate it. Gone Girl, again, thank you. Lone Tardigrade, thank you for following over on D-Live. We're closing in on 30,500. Absolutely crazy. Let's see here. Gem, the truth is out there. Thank you for the ice creams. Appreciate that. All right, let's get on to, looks like we've got another one. Spinning light in the sky, what is it? And it is uploaded by somebody. No, like actually somebody. Somebody. Okay, let's play the video. And try to remember, guys, turn the phone sideways and you'll get a full 16:9 picture. Okay, so you can actually see it spinning. I mean, we get a lot of videos like this where it's blurry and it's cell phone footage, but it seems you can in some ways. Again, this is another one that you might have to zoom in on. What is great is if you go to desktop mode, if you are on a phone, here's the trick I use when I'm trying to look at stuff like this. Is I go to desktop mode, and then you're manually able to pinch and zoom all the way in and zoom way bigger than if you just went full screen. And if you do go full screen, most phones, you can actually go full screen vertical, so you can actually see that full screen instead of full screen with the chopped out sides. But great video by somebody. Again, this is available on our website. I guarantee you're going to have to look at this very closely to see that, but it looks like it is actually spinning, but again, it could be a thing on the phone. It could be something. Some of the new phones have stabilizers. I don't know. What do you guys think? Thank you, Marf and Dex and mods. Y'all are awesome. Thank you for thanking the mods. Thank you, J Stone. Thank you, WV Prepared Mind. CJ Blaze. There's a bunch of folks. Bunch of our mods are going through it right now. It is a crazy time for everybody right now. So I thank everybody that is here. Thanks, BOD and Shan. Thanks for stopping by the other night. I don't know if you're here tonight. Jen Laywake and Oh, and by the way, pray for Jen lay awake. And Baldylocks awake. Apparently they've got CV, and Jen just recovered from her bed incident where she broke her leg, so that was pretty bad. But again, we can pray for her. Pray for. There was somebody yesterday that I was gonna remember to do. Somebody just lost their dad. Really, really lost their dad. So if you can. He said he lost his best friend, and anybody can understand that. And then Defiant 69 lost. And by the way, he's a ferret dad. Says he lost his ferret yesterday. That's another thing. It's like that's family. Yeah, if most of you probably have not had a ferret, but they're so smart. If you love your cat or dog, then you might understand why you would really, really love an animal. Ferrets are smarter than cats and dogs, in my opinion. Smarter to the point where if they're bad, they're really bad. All right, let's see here. I've got Prepper Nurse on here. So, Dex, I think we're going to have to... But there's no back. So, and then we've got another one, Joe and Joe Weather. No. Let's see here. This one I can go back on. That one's the spinning light. But then there's Prepper Nurse, which I don't think Prepper Nurse.
Yeah, that's not right. It's auto playing. So maybe if it won't let you reload just by reloading the URL at the top, then try. We can always go to the website.
Let me see. By the way, if you guys have not checked out Prepper Nurse 1, he's a great guy. We're good friends with Ed, first name basis with Ed, and he's a really awesome guy. Check him out. Oh my gosh, he's only 700 away from 90,000. By the way, guys, we could get him there tonight, especially with both audience combined. If you pop over and subscribe to Prepper Nurse and tell him love. And if you're already subscribed, just tell him love anyways. Leave a comment on his channel. That's helping people right now. So comment. Tell him your favorite color, whatever it is. Okay, let's see here. I'll end up going through and seeing the ones I haven't seen. So, who else seen this? And this was sent in by Moonlight. Now, do we know if this has sound? Because, let's see here.
The cities doesn't mean that the suburban areas and the rural areas.
Look at this. This is beautiful scenery. Sun dogs. That is one of the craziest sun dogs I've ever seen. That is such a trip. I mean, it reminds you that it's like a prism of sorts, right? But that would also give credence. This, I think a lot of people say, this gives credence to we're under a glass dome. That's just so funky. It's just so weird. It's like a magnifying glass. Like where is that light focused? It's literally like a magnifying glass. That was Moonlight. Again, that was Moonlight. The link is on our website, marfooglenews.com. This was 3:05 p.m. today, or 3:40 p.m. in northern Utah. Oh, no, I'm sorry, yesterday at 3:05 p.m. Look at that scenery, though. Jeez. Just watch that one more time. It's just epic. I don't know why. I don't know why it's... There's something about this video that just, like... Even the truck beeping in the background. Very trippy. And then we have... let's see here. Okay, we do have an RE55 video. Let's see here. So, do we have a timestamp on this, Dex?
Because of COVID-19.
Oh, just happened to have Mr. Joe there. And unfortunately...
Adam, the only thing I would have is what's in the description on that video for his.
Okay, let's see. If you guys haven't subscribed, by the way, he hit 5,000 last video. Peace, love. Okay, so here's the cool thing. He has one of the best cameras out there for this kind of thing. It zooms 1,000 times optically. It's just this crazy huge thing. Look at this. This is a meteor or something. In fact, that doesn't even look like a meteor. That's so weird. And it's got a trail. But yet it's an orb with a trail. Look at that. When you see it right here, you can see this trail coming off of it. That really is something, huh? Okay, let's see if... so then he zooms in on it. Look, it's falling through the sky. Maybe the sun is shining on it as it's falling, I guess. And then this next, I don't know if this is his screensaver or if he got this shot. Okay, I'm assuming that's his. It probably is a shot that he took because he's got some great sunsets. Well, it looks like he's opening up something else here. I wonder if he did negative on this. Again, it's about a 5-minute video. If you guys want to check that out, you can go directly to RE55's channel. If you're not subscribed, you should be. Remember the underscore, but if you type in RE55, most likely it will pop up. Otherwise, his link is right there on the website. This was from September 16, 2020. It's actually unlisted, so you'll have to get it directly from our website. Red UFO interfered with camera. Weird. And if you guys do not want to be tracked and traced, I highly recommend an E-Deck bag. Not only this, just to remind you, somebody said about key fobs, and is there an EMP shield for key fobs and car fobs? Apparently, E-Deck actually makes a product for that. In fact, they actually show a key fob there right next to it. But if it's an electronic key fob and your car doesn't even have a regular key, which some don't, you can not only put them in here, but they actually make a smaller one for key fobs. Again, you can also use this for that purpose as well. So for whoever that was yesterday, again, this is a Faraday bag for your phone. It's basically, it does not let anything in or out RF signal wise. Once it's in there, you are off grid. You do not get tracked. You do not get contact traced. Again, that's what E-Deck is again, the best for. You can also get the utility bag, which is like this. It's the tried and true that they've been selling to FBI and other agencies for over 12 years. That one actually has a window, so you can touch the touch screen and still block all the RF signal. Again, that's marfooglenews.com/edeck. And then remember to use our code Marfoogle. You'll get a discount and help the show at the same time.
Hey, that key fob will do two things for you, Adam. The other thing it'll do is protect your fob from being stolen. And when I say that, there are people that sit out with radios in parking lots waiting for you to click. And when you click, they pick up the signal. So they click when you lock, and then they pick the signal, and then they wait till you go into the store, and then they unlock your car.
No flipping way.
Yep. So if you keep that, and actually it's not just when you click, those because of the newer cars, they do that distance. They know when you're near the car, like you could touch the car and it'll unlock. It's constantly sending a signal. So if you want to protect that signal when you're walking around, the other thing they can do is they can walk up to you in a store. They can watch you walk out of your car, get within 5 feet of you or 10 feet of you in a store, and pick up the signal off that key fob and then go back out and use that key fob, the copy that they made, and unlock your car. So keeping it in that pouch can actually protect the digital signal that's in that key fob. And of course, it won't work when it's in there, but you flip it out, use it, put it right back in.
So that you just reminded me of something. So about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, I was at a Target. In fact, it was the same day that I got this. Let's see here. And that was the wait, hold on. This is the better one. Where they were telling him he had to pull it over his nose, and they surrounded him with 10 employees. So this wasn't the main point. So they surrounded him. The security guard kept calling him the N-word and said basically, yo, and this and that. I'm going to whoop your blah, blah, blah. And he's like, he goes, the customer's always right. And he goes, well, yeah, you're right. You're right up my alley, and I'm about to your ass and all this and that. It was super unprofessional. He was security. He goes, I'm security. I don't work here. It's like, yeah, you're security wearing a red plaid shirt and you're working for Target. So again, I almost thought about sending that to Target. The guy could have just whatever did it, but he had whatever. So I didn't get the full story, but I walked into that. But that wasn't the main point. That same day, there was a homeless gentleman outside, and he walked up, and it was probably 35 degrees out, and he didn't ask for money. He didn't ask for anything else, and he said, do you have an extra long jacket? Do you have an extra sweater or long jacket? I said, no, I don't. I'm sorry. And then I saw him go to 3 other cars. Do you have a warm jacket? Do you have a warm jacket? Do you have any jacket? Do you have anything? He was basically out in the cold in a short shirt. So I'm thinking, and you guys have probably had this happen. I thought maybe it's a scam. Maybe he's, you offer him a jacket, or you obviously don't have an extra jacket. So you go, but here's $5 or something. Well, I didn't end up doing that, but I did end up going into Target, and he walked in there too with the cart. And I went straight to the jackets, and Target has like some cheap, $15 to $30 jackets. There was a fluffy one for $30, and I waved him over and I said, hey, and again, like, I don't talk about this kind of stuff, but this, spur of the moment thing, I got him a jacket, and I said, hey, try this on. And the employees are looking at me like we're doing something wrong, and they're all sitting there watching us, like him try it on. And I said, okay, take it back off. It fit. So I said, I'll go get it, and I'll meet you back here after I'm done. So I went and got it. And here's how it backfires. The guy, after I get him the jacket, goes, man, thank you. I really appreciate this. He still didn't ask for money, nothing. But then he goes, he's like, oh yeah, you don't know me, man. I'm stranded here from another country, and I'm really I'm part of the royal family or something. He was loopy. But what he said is, he goes, I got phone catchers or whatever. He started talking about phone catchers. Do you know about phone catchers or this or that? And I started to realize he does like these, he knows somebody with a device that like breaks into phones. So I realized I helped a criminal. You know what I mean? Like, I felt good. Then right after I got it for him, now he's got a jacket, whatever. But I realized the guy was a criminal, and I just helped him. So those kind of things, it was just like what I told you the other day. If somebody asks you for, they say they're hungry, and you go, oh, well, here's a sandwich. Oh, I don't want a sandwich, but can I get $1? It's like, I thought you said you were hungry. It's that kind of thing. If you were honest and just said, hey, I want to buy a beer or something. But this guy then goes on this like little rant. I'm like, okay, I don't need to know. Just, hey, keep the jacket, awesome. Have a good day. And he keeps talking to me. He's like, I can break into anybody's phone remotely. I got a buddy. He's got a machine. We go out and do this stuff. I'm like, no, I don't want any part. So I kept walking. So he got his jacket, but then it made me think of that. The ISMI catchers, I believe they are, or something. I think that there's new devices out there that some of these criminals have now where they can bust into the phones. Dex, do you think that's what he was... I had a feeling
they can crack them. There's certain phones, certain ways they can crack and intercept and take over. Yeah, there's lots of tricks like that, especially with more inexpensive phones. I would think that have a lot more security vulnerabilities.
He was saying he's like, I can pay you back in this way and blah blah blah. He's like, we do this thing. We got this thing going where we can break in it. Blah blah blah. We phone catchers. Called it phone catchers at first, and then I thought of IMSI catchers or whatever. It's just like, it just made me feel scuzzy, and I'm like, ugh, I don't know. But I was glad he was warm. I don't always do that. I don't know if you guys have had a similar experience where you help somebody and then right away go. I still don't feel bad for helping him because he was in a t-shirt out in like 35-degree weather, but I just wish he wouldn't have said that. Like, I would have walked away just feeling good. But then I walked away feeling scuzzy for helping some guy that's thieving on people. You guys get what I mean? It backfired. All right, that has music. This is DubJ315. Actually sent out a video last time. This is DubJ315, 147 subscribers. Awesome. I'm glad. Dude, you totally went up in subs. Strange Craft in the Night Skies. Check this out. Now, I'm not going to play that music. Again, if you guys do submit videos, try to make a second version without music, just in case it's copyrighted. And it's only 1 minute and 34 seconds, so I will play the whole thing. Oh, that is weird. What is... That looks like a drone almost. I don't know. I don't know. It's going too straight to be... I don't know. That is weird. I don't know. Oh, this one... Oh, this is weird. Okay, so it went into a second one. This one's actually pretty good. So he's another person, WJ315, with one of these 1,000 times zoomed cameras. Let me, I did press it. It's going to go eventually here. That is weird. It looks like it's shape-shifting. That's what he says in the description here. Again, both... his channel and this video and the other will be available on the marfooglenews.com website. You guys can check it out. Let's see here. We've got our next caller lined up already. Let's get Pamela, first-time caller, on from Oregon.
It was kind of bananas, wasn't it?
Hold on one sec. I had to mute due to music again. What was that, Dex?
Oh yeah, I was just saying that I thought that video was kind of bananas, the way some of those images were and how fast they were. That one that was moving straight line, you know?
No, yeah, it was. Thank you also for thank you for the code word too. Bananas. It means we're at an hour.
Hour and 12 now.
Where was my 12-minute banana warning?
When I was on a phone call, I'm sure.
It's okay. we were like, gotta come up with a code word for give me an hour warning. Bananas. It's no secret anymore. The cat's out of the bag. The banana's out of the peel. All right, so this is this it? No, this is something else. Shooting Stars. Did they upload it to BitChute? Anyways, we'll get Pamela on. Pamela, you can come in now, and then we'll be looking at some other things here. We got lots of videos this time. All right, Pamela, you're live.
Hello?
Yes.
Yes. Hi. Hi, Mark.
Hi, how are you doing, Pamela?
I'm doing well. How about you? I'm very nervous. Very, very nervous.
Oh, don't be. It's just me and you on a phone call. How are you doing, by the way, today?
All right.
Did you have a good day?
I'm doing well. Doing well. Staying safe. That's in this situation of COVID.
Yes, if we can, try not to say that word though, because that's the number one thing they're flagging for. So what is
okay.
That's okay.
Sorry.
No, that's okay. So let's ask you. So what did you see? Did you see something special? You saw something in the sky?
Oh yes, it was years and years ago, and it was about 4 a.m, and I lived in Veneta, Oregon. And we had just bought a double-wide mobile home, and we had it put on a cliff out there. There was a covered bridge to get there. We were out in the boondocks. And I had a window facing across a dirt road, and then there was another mountain right across there, and there was another cliff. And another mobile home was a single wide across the street. And then picture like fir trees all the way down the side of it. And then an area that was flat. That's all I know how to explain it. And it was 4 a.m. and I got up to nurse my baby. And I saw these lights. I saw panning lights, and I thought, there was a car wreck over there or something. I didn't know. And it lit up, though, the whole sky, like those lights that you see, to advertise and stuff like that. And so I looked really close, and it looked like 2 headlights that were close together, and they were panning the whole sky. It just going around very slowly around, lighting up the whole country, the whole area. So I run into the buffet and I grab my 10 power scope, put my baby down, and I look out of this 10 power scope, and what I saw was unreal. It was a UFO. It looked like a flat bell in the sky. It was hovering probably about 20 feet off the ground when I first saw it. And it pulsated like it was electrical or something, like you could almost see through it. You know what I mean? It was but it wasn't bright. It was like gold light, but it was like the metal just turned into electricity or something. And it shot a silhouette of probably about 12 feet up in the air of gold light. and it pulsated and it hovered. And I could see the shape. I could see how big it was. And I was like, I couldn't believe what I was seeing. And then those two beam lights, they were in the middle of it, like if you had a squash bell, and it was in the middle part of it. And they panned together all the way behind it, around, and came around the whole thing. And so it was lighting it up, and then it would go away, and I would see these. And then finally, it quit pulsating and turned to like metal. You could tell it was metal. And then what I saw was my husband was cussing at me, mad at me, because I'm looking out the window at 4 a.m. with a telescope. And he gets mad, he wakes up, and I hand him the telescope, and he just sat there with his mouth open. He saw it too. And I was like, I got the telescope back. When I got the telescope back from him, he kind of fell on the bed. He was in shock. And I took the telescope, and there was a green beam coming out of the bottom of this thing, lighting up the whole ground. And it was like real short grass over there. That's all I know. And a couple bushes, like a few bushes. And the green light lit up the ground so much that the next thing I saw were two beings. And they looked like our shape. They looked just like men in white wetsuits. That's the only way I know how to, or women. And it had like an oval, maybe face shield on the front of the real tight, kind of cream-colored wetsuits. There were two men or two women or whatever that looked like men, and they were in proportion. But here's the one thing that stood out. They were bending over. I saw them on the ground. I didn't see them crawl out. I saw them there. And one was bending over, and it was like in slow motion. You know, like our moonshot. It's like they were just moving in very, very slow motion. And they were bending over this area where there was a small bushes. So anyway, also there was a sonar sound coming out from out there across the street. So I called my neighbor, which is across the street right by it. And they had this line of fir trees blocking their view. And she said, what is going on? It's lighting up our whole place. My husband's going crazy. He's got the binoculars. He's blinded. We're blinded in here. And I didn't know him very well. And I'm like, well, if you saw what I saw over here from my angle, you would know. And I was scared to tell her. And I said, you're not going to believe what we're looking at. And she said that, she goes, what is it? It's so light. We're blinded. And I told her, and I got off the phone, and I was so afraid of being, like somebody that was, crazy or something. I didn't want to tell anybody. And my husband was going to work the next morning, and he's like, a few hours later. And I said, don't tell anybody. He went to work and told everybody. So here comes car after car up there on the mountain. And these guys walked up looking for this thing. And the sheriff was the guy we rented the land from. And he's like, Pam, what's going on? And I said, sorry.
All right, let's get off.
I said, you wouldn't believe it. And he said, no, try me. What is going on? Why are all these guys scouring the mountain right there? And it was only like maybe 200 feet, away where I saw it. And maybe 3, I don't know, I'm not good at that, but pretty close. And he said, what did you see? And I said, you won't believe it. And I told Hartwig, Sheriff Hartwig at the time, and he goes, oh, yeah. He said, they're here all the time. And I said, what? He said, yeah, the lady down the road at her pasture has them in it all the time. And so all I know is I saw what I saw. They moved really slow. They looked like human form.
How tall? How
they
tall?
were average, I would say 6 foot men. Like they weren't, they were in proportion. That's all I know. Their arm length, the legs. It looked like 2 men getting out of the, river or ocean with a wetsuit on. And when I told Sheriff, he said, Pam, where did you see it? And I said, right there. And I pointed across the little road. It was just almost like a one-way dirt road over the cliff from me. We had a short front yard and then this real long side yard. And my 3-year-old, she was in her bedroom. And I saw a green beam come from that UFO into our backyard by her window. And the next morning, that night, she came into our bedroom later, and she said, Mama, eyes, Mama, eyes. And I had made her curtains and put them like maybe 8 inches down from the top of the window so the sun could come in and whatnot. And she was terrified to sleep in her room after that night. She kept pointing at the window going, eyes, Mama, eyes. And so when I talked to the sheriff, and he was our neighbor actually on down on another hill, he goes, Pam, where? And I pointed at the area. It was open right there. And then he said, there's missiles there. That's what he told me. He said, that's a missile site.
Okay, the one question I had is, what was over there, the 200 feet over? What did you think they were bending over at? Is there animals? Oh man, that's a trip.
Well, that green light coming out from underneath it, it's hovering, right? It's hovering maybe, I would say 10 feet, 12 feet off the ground. And then there was this green beam coming down as the other lights were panning the whole area, lighting up for miles. You know those lights for car sales and stuff, those great big ones that go up into the sky? I don't know what you call them.
Spotlights.
But those were pardon?
Yeah, spotlights, something like that. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, like that. But picture 2 big ones rotating together around the circumference of the middle of this flat bell. That's what it looked like. And it shot underneath was a green light that lit up the ground. Do you know what I mean? Like it lit up. And then I saw it beam over to our place, just from the UFO thing to our back side yard. And that's where my little girl said, my eyes, Mama. And she didn't want to sleep there. We moved out of there.
What state was this in?
In Oregon, in Bonita, Oregon, out in the woods. There's a covered bridge we had to cross to get in there. Yeah.
So there's a lot of sightings.
Out in the boonies.
Out in the boonies in Washington, we have some of the most insane. I lived in Black Diamond for a while, and in Black Diamond, I'll just tell you just real quick. Mine, Black Diamond. You know those solar lights, the little stakes you can buy for $10 to put in on pathways.
Yeah,
they're just like LED lights that are solar powered. We had about 12 or 13 of those lined up in the backyard and along the path out to the fire pit. And we saw this light through the 2 trees, and the outlight light was buzzing and going more bright and more brighter. The neighbors had an RV parked right next to it, which nobody was in. They just had it parked, and they would, would have guests stay in there, and that ended up, the light kept pulsating, and then all 13 of the lights started going bright. They just got super, super bright, and we felt like there was something above us. Your story is really freaky, because what year was that? Do you know, or how long ago was that?
I'm 68. This was in 1974, because Stephanie, my daughter, was born then, and she was like 4 months old. I was nursing her when this all happened. And we had a great big window in our bedroom, and we had it private pretty much. And the other people were Jehovah's Witnesses that kind of lived in this single wide. I didn't know them, but I had her phone number. And then the sheriff, which we rented our land from, we had a double wide we bought and hauled up on this mountain edge. We opened our back door patio, and you had 4 feet, and you had a mountain behind us. So we had just all front yard and side yard up there. You see what I mean? A huge one up there. And then there was this cliff, probably maybe 12, 14 feet down, and there was a dirt road, and then there was another cliff across that, and then that flat area, the row of, if you can picture, like fir trees just lined all the way up it, and then a mobile home on the other side of that flat area there, where he said the missile sites were for Oregon. So here it gets even weirder. So now I'm really paranoid. I've got all these people. The sheriff's telling me, Pam, this is normal. The pasture down the road, I guess they landed in there all the time. He gave me the lady's name. But what happened was, after that, I started looking in the sky all the time. But what was really funny is there was a sonar sound. You know how a sonar over water that makes that sound?
The pinging noise?
We
Ting,
could hear that.
Ping.
We could hear it. And then it disappeared. I don't know. I ran in to call the university. I was so freaked out, I guess, that morning, a few hours later, we watched it. I don't know what they were looking at. That's why the sheriff said, I wonder if they were examining our missile site.
Somebody says, Dirk Diggler says, by the way, Dirk Diggler says, I know exactly where she's talking about. The sheriff's kid owns that land now. That would be weird if they did. And Oregon, honestly, some of the small places in Oregon, which we have a lot of people from, especially because of the Cascadia subduction zone stuff I've covered. We have a lot of people from Washington, Oregon, and California. So, again, thank you for your story. You should write all of that down and document it before. I mean, it's 74 to 2004. That's 30 years. You're looking at 40 years. You're looking over 4 decades later, and that's how you know it really stuck out to you, because you remember all these details after 40 years. That's unbelievable.
Well, it's because I had a new baby, and I was up at 4 a.m. I saw it. I talked to people. I tried to keep it to myself, but I was also so stupid back then. I was like calling the university, and I'm like, I need a 250 power scope. What are you looking at? Oh, I don't want to tell you. I want to borrow your scope.
Oh, no. Back then, people would have thought you were crazy. And again, somebody else, Sunny Beach Girl, says, the sheriff's son owns that land now. Small world. That's weird. That's crazy. Wow. I know. And somebody, A Newberry says they can visualize the whole thing.
I can never figure out why they were going in slow motion. That's the part I can't figure out, because they were moving like we move on the moon. All right. or else wanting us to think it. And I've often thought, were these Russian people coming over to check our stuff and pretending to move in slow motion, or what? You know what I mean? So I just kind of kept it to myself, but they're real. They're real. I saw it. I saw it pulsate into electricity. I looked at it so close. I thought I was gonna be able to see into that shape, and it pulsated until it stopped and turned metal. Then it was a form. I can't even explain it.
Well, ma'am,
I can't even.
Absolutely amazing story. Again, I understand the importance of that. Pamela, thank you so much for calling tonight. We've got callers right after you, but thank you so much. Again, I appreciate your call, and you have a great night. And thanks for sharing with all of us.
You have a great night.
All right, you too.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Wow, that's incredible. That's unbelievable. I mean, I believe her, though. That's what's crazy. Wow. Let's see here. Taylor V, first-time caller, CME causing transformers to blow. We've got a video, so let's grab that. Dex, Taylor V, I've got the video loaded up if we want to get them in. Let's see here.
Hi, Adam.
Hello, Taylor. What's going on?
Hi. I know this is a little bit off topic tonight, but I just had to call because it was just too coincidental, and I kind of put the pieces together. So I called in because they're still working on the transformer in my backyard, well, my neighbor's backyard. I was just outside, and it was raining really hard here in Southern Oregon right now. And I noticed the transformer kind of just sparking, and like it was flickering, and I was like, that's weird. And I realized it was sparking. So I called Pacific Power because I was like, wow, like what the heck? And they were sending somebody out, and I called non-emergency dispatch too to like let the fire department know.
Oh my god!
If this thing blows, like.
I just realized.
Can you hear me?
I thought you were looking at a UFO through the trees, and now that I'm looking at it, you're looking at a pole.
As cool as that, but
no, but it's sparking. Was this last night? Can I ask you? Was this last night?
No, this is right. This is like an hour ago.
That's what I'm talking about.
They're still in my backyard right now working on it. It's still smoldering too. Like they can't get it fixed. Like I don't know. Like they've been here a while.
This is the CME. Yeah. This is the CME hitting. And what state are you in?
It totally is. I'm in Southern Oregon. I actually watched Rip Curl's video about them doing like possibly testing the power grid, and like also mentioning like the solar storms, which I've been aware of because I've been like watching I've been watching the show, and I've just kind of been paying attention because it's kind of everywhere they're mentioning this. And then I kind of like, I watched that video from Rip Curl, and I was like kind of joking with my mom. I'm like, oh, if the power goes out, like they're testing the power grid. And she's like, oh, okay, Taylor, like, I'm kind of the, family nut, but that's, it's like a joke now. I always say like these crazy little things that might actually be true, but they just will never believe it. So I say it anyways. And I realized when she told me, she's like, oh, hey, your power outage thing was kind of right. And I was like, haha, like, good one, Mom. Like, and then I kind of like put it together, and I like Googled. I decided to just like type it in, like, why do transformers like spark or like have issues? And one of like the third article was like heightened magnetic field like currents going to the like basically overloaded with the magnetic field surge, like, and I was like, okay, like that's actually kind of crazy that happened. And it was very coincidental that all this, because I was kind of expecting it. Like, I was like, okay, like it could happen. But anyway, so
by the way,
I was like, this is crazy.
Jay Pizzle says the CME did not hurt the Earth this time. Very true. No, nobody's like, we're not dying or anything. But one thing that they don't tell you is that this does happen. So when it hits like this, even when it's small ones that they don't consider these high level ones, it can affect the grid in little ways. It can affect transformers. We just don't. It's not
like
so
the alternating
massive.
Current gets overloaded. Yeah.
Exactly. So. In my mind, this is most likely because of that. If there's no storm or something else,
I feel like it is.
Yeah. Plus, we lost over 2 days. We had 4 flashes of power, including during the show, and it was a full on. And then the car alarms going off. That's what tripped me out. The car alarms at the same exact time. My porch bug zapper went from white to blue, which means because it doesn't have a switch. It's just one of those screw-in ones. So you have to turn the switch on once to turn on the LED light at the bottom. If you turn it on twice, it turns on the blue. It turns on the blue bug zapper. Or you can do a third mode, which is just the bug zapper. Well, basically, I was outside dealing with a bird my cat dragged in, and all of a sudden I have no light. It goes from white light to the blue bug zapper light, and the exact same time it goes blue, 2 car alarms on either side. So I'm like, whoa, and I thought,
was it loud?
I heard a boom, and maybe that was a transformer. Okay. Maybe that was a transformer blocks away. It wasn't very loud. It just was a loud boom. But I also have my wife with my daughter in the bathtub in the other part of the house. So that could have been them like sloshing around, whatever it was. But at the exact same time, an old school car alarm. And the old car alarms, it was like, wee.
Yeah, I watched the show last night. It was last night, right? Yeah.
Yep. And the front had one too. And then I look inside, the cable box was restarting. And my wife said it was, she was fine, but my 1-year-old was in the full-on bathtub, and then it just goes completely dark.
Oh my gosh,
there's no window.
Imagine.
Oh yeah, she freaked out for a split second, but it turned right back on. But those flashes, no, it didn't hurt, and it probably just sent a little surge. But that does happen all the time. We get surges through Earth that surge on our stuff, but it doesn't hurt us. Yes, we didn't. Nobody died because of it or starved. Anyway,
well, you mentioned like you can feel it, like when it goes out. It's like something like it's like all that energy just was like gone, like everything just like dissipates, and it's like you can feel it, like something changes, not just like this, but like the background sound that you don't even notice. But what's crazy about this is my power has yet to go out. Our lights in the front were flickering when I ran and told my neighbor, because I'm like, if this thing blows or like something like happens, I don't want them to like a fire to happen and not know. And plus fire department was coming. So like, I wanted them to know what was going on. And I was so glad that it's raining, because if it wasn't raining, it probably would have blown and it would have been sparking, because it kept trying to light, because it's so wet, it couldn't. So I think that was like a really good thing. But I just thought it was so crazy that I like kind of put it together that actually might really and truly be one of the reasons why this is happening, because it's just so random.
Oh no, I have no doubt in my mind, but people are going to say, "Oh, well, it happens all the time."
Me either.
I'm an expert. I work on poles in my sleep and blah blah blah, and we're going to be like, "Okay, buddy, but you're not even an electrician." Anyways, well, thank you for calling, and I appreciate it.
Yeah, I just wanted to let you know because it was relevant to right now. So, but anyways, thank you so much for taking my call.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much, and if it's your first, don't make it your last. Okay.
Oh, I won't. I'm going to call back and talk about this social distance learning that our kids are going through next time it's a relevant show.
I would say call in on Monday. Adam. I'm definitely interested. All right. You have a good night. Good night.
What? Call in on Wednesday?
Call in on Monday. We're going to have our Monday show.
Awesome. I'll plan for it.
All right.
Awesome. Thanks.
Have a good night. Let's see here. That was Taylor V. Thank you so much. Great video. Again, awesome videos tonight. All of the videos will be available on our website, marfooglenews.com. In fact, I'll just show you real quick. Let's see here. Let's go over to the website. Boom, boom. All of the videos are right here waiting for you to go look at. 4th of July, it looks like we did miss one. In fact, we will most likely play these.
Sky.
Look at this.
Look at that. It's like it's coming out of nowhere and then it's going all the way this way.
Oh yeah, I see these all the time. I'm like, whoa, fireworks.
Man, this thing's just huge. I'm trying to figure out where exactly through the clouds.
Sometimes
you know what?
The sky is just spooky. It's so serene.
So
though.
like, man, it's purple up in here. What? This is absolutely nuts.
Who is this? You guys, go check out Zach.
Happy 4th of July, huh? Holy.
Go check out Zach. I already love just his whole attitude. I've watched him for 10 seconds and I like him. Zach has 60 subscribers. Let's go check out his channel. His link is on our website. You guys can go over and love mob him. Looks like he is somebody who's paying attention to the skies. Look at this. He's got a bunch of awesome videos. You guys, let's love mob him. Zach, 60 subscribers. June 1st sunset. He's a sky watcher like many of you. Let's go show him some love. And then on the website as well, there was the Sundog video, the red UFO. Look at that. He actually got a good one on his thumbnail there. Huge object zips past the dark side of the moon. This must have been one of the ones that loaded. Dubj 315 again. Look at that. Look at that. Something zipped by. And went behind the moon. No flippin' way. Okay, you guys, watch this. And if you share this video, make sure to tell them to watch till the end. Look at that. Slowed down. And it goes behind. Completely disappearing. Exactly. What was that? Says Mama of 3. Thank you. Ruth O. Osborne, Diane Whitlock, D. Truth, Gone Girl 777, Smoky Mountain Gal. Thank you so much for being an awesome mod on D Live tonight. We are going to be doing a YouTube only show and a D Live only show this next week because Zach, you probably somebody says I can't find him on YouTube. Make sure to go to our website. You can just click on their icon in the upper left-hand corner of the video on the website. It'll make it super easy to subscribe to all these people. Let's see here. Let's get this off of the screen. On our website, check this out. You can just go down all these videos. Isn't that awesome? Dex added all of these before the show. Make sure to give a shout out to Dex, our co-host. Dex, thank you so much for all your help tonight. Appreciate you.
Absolutely, brother.
And great videos. Wouldn't you say over the last what is it? This is the third week or the fourth week?
Yeah, this is third or fourth week of third week of Play My Video and probably fourth week of Unidentified Friday.
And it's like exponential. People are sending in videos.
This is great.
I told you. I said if we build it, they will come with alien videos. I mean, I don't think I said it exactly like that, but I'm pretty sure I said something similar. I was more like if you put the website up and do a link and I tell people, then people might send it in. I mean, it didn't sound cool, but You get it.
I definitely got it.
You complete me.
Much love, brother. Great show.
Have a good night, guys. It is now time to say thank you to all the people that matter most. You. There's a bunch of new subscribers. If you see somebody who's a new follower like Dear Kid 1776, make sure to say what's up. Veteran Steve is in the house. Make sure to shout out Veteran Steve for being a veteran and for being awesome. We still have over 2,000 in D Live. Thank you. A Newberry, Sparrow Psy, Kelby here, Recalcitrant. All y'all the best. Thanks for being so great. Jem, Jack Alley, Jammin', Shoutro says Coolant. And officially, right now, Den Dave is number one tonight with 10,000 that did the Ninjet. And you are, I believe, number 16 or 17. We'll have to get the final count on that, of people that have ever done that in the history of our channel. So thank you, Den Dave. You are in the Hall of Fame. We've got The Truth Is Out There, Gone Girl 777. Speaking of Hall of Fame all time, Amy R, number 1, Gone Girl number 2, Tower Bear number 3, End Times number 4, Kelly 2334 is number 5. All time ever, all of history. This month, number 1, though, is The Truth Is Out There, who's here tonight. Thank them for supporting independent. Johnson is number 2. End Times, which when the End Times comes in, everybody's like, he's like the light of the room. Tower Bear is number 4. Stormy Weather, it somehow in just the last week has become number 5 this month. So thank you all for supporting independent journalism and an independent group like ours, because we do not have multi-channel network. We don't have any partnerships. We don't have, what do you call it? We don't have a partnership that protects us from legal battles and things like that. So we are independent in that way. We don't have, basically we do everything for ourselves. We did not join up. You'll know a multi-channel network. And again, people say, oh, those are bad people that have multi-channel net. A lot of the people you watch are on multi-channel networks. What they do is they give a percentage of everything they do to this big network. In return, if they get a strike or something, that company helps them with YouTube. The downside is, though, is you're in a 2-year, 3-year contract and you can't do certain stuff. And how you can pick them out is they all do the same advertisements, like the same gold company or the same this. Those are all a multi-channel network. That's why they all have the same ads. So again, we don't have that. So thank you guys for supporting. Thank you for being in support of myself, my family. Thank you guys for actually physically helping us live as well. This is our full-time job. This is Dex's full-time job. Thank you. He has a family as well. So we appreciate it. And thank you guys. Have a wonderful night. Make sure to say thank you to the mods on your way out. Be safe, be prepared, and it is now time for a shoutro. It's not an outro, it's not a shout out, it's a shoutro. It's gonna be this outro. Nipping over like it's the Civil War. Now they got you on the month free on the list, y'all. Breathe on the bag and round, and now I pulled a pistol. Any less sheep and now a little more sheepdog. A little less sheep, a little more sheepdog. Now they tipping, ripping on the gripping on the last straw. Now they acting nipping over like it's the Civil War. Now they got you on the month free on the list, y'all. Breathe on the bag and round, and now I pulled a pistol. Any less sheep and now a little more sheepdog. A little less sheep, a little more sheepdog. Now they tipping, ripping on the gripping on the last straw. Now they acting nipping over like it's the Civil War. Now they got you on the month free on the list, y'all. Breathe on the bag and round, and now I pulled a pistol. Any less sheep and now a little more sheepdog. A little less sheep, a little more. Going back down with the Susan Lewis and Dust so South, and the bring it with the rare jam, get it with the rare rim, going back round with the rare on the damn. Hey, with the Peep 03, with the meat puppet 03, and every everybody see. AJ Stone 78 first man. Annette Love Pow and everybody go back. Drop it, everybody out the guitar. Helen on the Freeman and the everybody real far. Kathy Paina going right back. Straight lead here. Oh no, on China. Bring it. bring it on the list, y'all. Bring it on the back and round, and now I pull a pistol. We need less sheep and now a little more sheepdog. Sheepdog. A little less sheep, a little more. Sheepdog. Sheepdog.